Kay had a classmate called B. They were good friends, and since they lived in the same neighbourhood, they usually went home from school together. They were also both into the occult, and they would often tell scary stories to each other on their way home. One day, as they were heading home from school, B felt the need to answer the call from nature and dashed into the toilet inside a park. Kay waited for him outside. After a while, B came out of the toilet, looking visibly disturbed. "Which way did that guy go?" "What guy?" Kay asked him. And B replied that a boy, who appeared to be a middle school student, got out of the toilet before him. Kay had been waiting for B in front of the toilet the whole time, so he was sure he hadn't seen anyone come out before B. Then, B told him what had happened. He was using the urinal when he heard someone knock on the cubicle. He turned around, but no one was standing in front of the cubicle, so he guessed that someone was already inside the cubicle and had knocked the door from inside because he had run out of toilet paper or something. B, having finished his own business, decided to knock on the cubicle, but he got no response. He then tried the handle. Since it was not locked, he could open it, but found no one inside. Weird, B thought, and turned to the exit when he noticed a boy, who appeared to be a middle school student wearing a student's cap, poking only the left of his face out of the exit, staring intently at B. What the hell? The moment he thought that, the face glided to the left and disappeared from B's view. The guy must have left the toilet, thought B, and that was why he asked Kay about the boy. But Kay genuinely hadn't seen anyone. He had been standing at the same place from the moment B entered the toilet, so it was impossible for him to have missed anything. Kay thought that B must have seen something. She mistook it for a person, but B insisted that he saw a boy. B looked baffled and unsatisfied. Ever since then, strange things started happening. Whenever B left the classroom to go to the toilet, for example, B would stop at the door and poke only the left half of his face from behind the door and stare at Kay without expression before withdrawing his head. Kay was startled, but he thought that B was angry with him for not having taken him seriously at the park toilet and wanted to get back at him. But this prank went on and on for days. It wasn't funny when you were on the receiving end of having someone stare at you in that way over and over again. He's gone too far this time, Kay thought. Kay decided to confront B about it. "Stop staring at me like that from behind the door," he said. B looked baffled. "I have never done such a thing." "You think I'm stupid?" Kay nearly said to him, but stopped himself. Something didn't add up. When B stared at him, only half of his face was visible. But if someone tried to do the same and kept their face half hidden by the door, part of their shoulder would also be visible. It seemed impossible that a person could poke their head out in such a way that was parallel to the floor and keep their shoulder hidden at the same time. On another day, they were walking to a classroom together. Kay was keeping his gaze on B, thinking, if it wasn't B who poked his head out from the door, then who was it? Just as B turned around the corner, B's face, and again only half of it, poked out of the corner and was expected. And the face again stared at Kay with lifeless eyes. But it was a little different from usual. B's face was poking out from a place close to the ceiling, which of course was unreachable to a person of his height. Kay was astounded, and immediately ran after B. He rounded the corner and saw B walking normally ahead of him. This incident chilled Kay to the bone. From that day forward, Kay would always make sure to lower his gaze and not look at B whenever B went out of the classroom. Then years went by without anything happening to B, apart from that one weird thing. They finished high school and then were admitted to different universities. But because the universities were not so far from each other, they decided to share a room together. They found one apartment they both liked and booked an appointment with the estate agent. The three of them went to look at the room. The apartment was quite new, and the room they had come to see was clean, and on the top floor of the building. The rent was inexpensive. Kay and B felt impressed, and the estate agent was in high spirits. Kay was thinking about signing the contract then and there, when he realized B had disappeared. It was a studio apartment, so there weren't many places to hide. The estate agent noticed B was missing too, and looked confused. Then the estate agent glanced at the balcony and exclaimed. Kay did the same, and they both saw the left half of B's face, poking out from the left-hand side of the balcony. What the hell is he going? Before Kay could open his mouth, however, the estate agent said, How can he be standing like that when there is nothing under his feet? As soon as the estate agent uttered those words, B's half face, instead of withdrawing as usual, fell at lightning speed straight to the ground. It was concluded in the end that B committed suicide, but no one was able to find out why he committed suicide. Wow, how's that for a return story? Another banger by Saya in Underworld. Throughout the whole time I was reading this story, I could clearly picture what was happening and how disturbed Kay was seeing his friend sort of just peering and staring at him. Saya did include a reference image of what Kay could potentially saw B doing, and wow, very, very creepy. Clearly B was possessed by whatever that was in the park toilet that was staring at him initially. But I'm just wondering why maybe it didn't jump from B to K. But hey, that makes for better storytelling anyways. That ending though, that was something to behold, huh? He was just staring there until someone acknowledged that he was there, and then he just collapsed. That was some paranormal activity happening right there. Overall, I think the story was really, really well paced. This time it was quite lengthy, but not to a fault. It was very, very well written. I was able to picture the whole thing happening in my head as I was going through the story. And yeah, it's just really, really good. Out of 10, I would rate this story probably like an 8 or a 9 even. Just enough information there, but leaves enough room for imagination. I hope to read more stories like this in the future, because I do genuinely enjoy stories like this, where it's just enough for you to start filling in the blanks yourself. Great story, and once again, guys, I implore you, please visit Saya in Underworld. Their blog is fantastic. You can find their blog by just Googling Saya in Underworld. I'll leave a link in the description as well. Also, viewer beware. Some of the stories are a bit mature and a bit graphic. So make sure you're at least, I want to say 18, because some of the stuff is a little bit gory. But yeah, just make sure you're aware of what you're about to go into. But they are actually very, very good stories. If you're a bit squeamish, maybe just wait for me to read them, I guess. But if you'd like to see more of this stuff, please visit Saya in Underworld. I'll keep doing more readings of their blog, because it's fantastic and I love it. And I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and sub if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next creepy readings. Take care. Bye.